Hello world, this is Nadira Baya with NBI Inspires, and I'm here to inspire you. We are here for episode 12. Woohoo! Episode 12, it has been a while, but we are so happy to be back, and thank you for listening. So we're just going to roll into it. Today's topic and episode is clarity. Before we start anything, I like to do everything with appreciation. So I want to start thanking God, my family, Shoot with Haas, everyone I love, all friends and family. I want to thank you all so much. Thank you for supporting and being a part of my team. I'm your team, you're my team. So thank you all so much. And to the listeners out there, thank you so much. Thank you, world. So the definition for clarity. The definition for clarity is the word has to do with the quality of being coherent and intelligible, which I was saying intelligent, the quality of transparency or purity. And basically, in a nutshell, when I think about clarity, is just about having a clear understanding about something or someone or a situation. And what clarity, when you think about it, clarity just brings a very aha moment. It's just like, that's what that is. This is what's going on. Now I get it. So when I think, for me personally, when I think of clarity, it's just about having that moment of understanding, that big aha moment. That's truly what it is. And it just brings things clearer. Clarity, clear, goes in hand. And what clarity does, it exposes the truth. It exposes the truth, which brings out justice, because that's what truth does. It leaves no room for hypocrisy. It leaves no room for lies. It just brings out what things really are. It is the truth decider. And like the definition and what it says, is the quality of being coherent. And when you're coherent, that means that you must be aware. You have to be aware of what is going on in order to have clarity. And that awareness is the aspect of having something very, very huge, because it allows you to require things that are for you to be fully open and honest with yourself. Clarity really just lets it out and lets it open for what really is. It leaves no room for nothing that is not truthful. It leaves no room for something that is false. Clarity is just what it is. It is clarity. It is truth. It is the truth decider. And clarity is necessary. We need to have those clarity moments, and we should always have those clarity moments where you're dealing with honesty and truth and things of that nature. And when you have truth, and although sometimes it might not be the best feeling, it brings goodness, because truth and goodness and justice, all of that is good stuff. It's the real good stuff. So when you have clarity and you have the goodness, it brings that out. And its big reveal of clarity is what is actually going on, what is happening. No matter whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in something going out in the world, whatever it is, clarity is just bringing what really is. And I love how the definition, it says quality. I've highlighted that before, the word quality, and quality is so important, because back to another episode where we spoke about values and honor, and quality is a standard. And when you have clarity, it's a high understanding of having those standards, but with a pure heart, because you can't get to clarity if you're trying to dodge and try to have ulterior motive, and you have a hidden agenda. You're not going to have clarity when you have that, because it's not truthful. So clarity is bringing out what actually it is. This is what it is. I had an aha moment. I had a moment where the truth came clear to me, clarity, and now I know what's going on. And that's the thing about clarity. And clarity, allows us all to have the guts to look at ourselves and what we want out of life. And it allows you to be honest with yourself and to ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want from others? What do you want from yourself? Clarity brings those answers of awareness that you're looking for in yourself. It allows you to look yourself in the mirror, and it asks you to say to yourself, me, myself, and I, what is it that I want? What is it that I need? What is it that makes me happy? Another episode when we spoke about love is that clarity is just that, because you have to be clear with yourself of what you want and what your values are and what you stand on. And clarity gives you that permission to be real with yourself and to set goals for yourself and to have dreams for yourself. And clarity just keeps it real with you. That's what clarity is. Clarity definitely is just like, you know what, we're going to put things into perspective, and we're going to make things stand for what they really are, what it truly is, what actually is. No hiding, nothing fake, nothing phony. Quality. It is quality, is high standard, it is clarity, it is the truth. All the episodes, like I said before, all tie into one, and it's true. And clarity is one of those things. And for me, having clarity is, and for all of us, but when I think about when I've had those moments of constantly having that clarity, which is, reflection, looking things for what they really are, I look to myself, what is it? What are my goals? What do I want? What do I need? How am I going to get to this next step and that step? And how big are my dreams? And what am I going to do to make it happen? All of those things. How can I help others? All those things. Clarity. But clarity just hits you with that big boom. That big boom, and that big boom for all of us was 2020, where it was something that was definitely out of left field. And what it did was it put the world on a pause, and it allowed us all to take a step back and to actually have clarity and look at the world and look at ourselves first, and look at the world for what's actually going on, and understanding that we are all very precious and time is very precious, and that we should really work diligently to go for the best and be the best and go for your dreams and not settle. And I know I've said that in other videos, but it's true. And having clarity allows you to do that. But sometimes when you, sometimes when there's so much busyness, busy, it's hard to have clarity because you're so busy, you're not focused. But when you have that clarity, it allows you to really see things clearer. So what happened last year for all of us did that. And I hope we all took away the positive moments of saying, what am I going to do next? How am I going to improve on myself? How am I going to improve to make the world a better place? How am I going to improve to make things better, just in general? And having clarity allows you to do that. But also having that moment, that pause, that big long pause that we all had, allows you to take that step back and to assess the situation. And when you're assessing the situation, you should be assessing your life and the lives of others, and the world at hand. So that's what clarity is. It's just making things so crystal clear. It's letting you to look at things from a whole different mindset that you never thought of before, a whole new perspective. And it should be a perspective of compassion, and a perspective of bringing people together, and a perspective of what can I do to make things better? And with 2020 things, I'm an African American woman, I'm a Black woman, love who I am, and there's a lot of injustice that have always existed. And with 2020, it gave people clarity to really look at things in that way. It's always been there, but it's allowed people hopefully to look at things in a way where I stated compassion, to look at things like, oh wow, I really didn't know it was this bad, or I didn't know this was really going on, and I didn't know that this was happening to people, just to really to look at people for what is really going on and understand what is going on and meet people where they're at, not where you are. When you have clarity, you are looking things at not just from your perspective, you're just looking at the truth, not your truth, the truth. Sometimes I hear people like, well, what is your truth? Well, what if your truth is not the real truth? That's your perspective, but clarity is the truth. So what is the truth? And 2020 definitely did that. And I just hope we all took, like I said, some positive, some reflection, just as far as what good you could put back into the world and make things better. And, there are a lot of broken systems. There's a lot of darkness that exists, but there is light, and there's a lot of light. And just remember, you be that light. No matter how it is, just definitely be that light, and to just do what's right. And back to, having the guts, and clarity is having guts to look at yourself and the love and everything like that. It's true. Clarity allows us to be honest with ourselves, to ask us, what do we want? It really does. It does. And when I spoke about love and loving yourself, that's having clarity. Clarity allows you to have that. And when you have clarity, you're going to ask yourself, I've said it in other videos and I'll reiterate it, am I happy? Do I love myself? What do I need to make myself better? Should I stay in this relationship? Should I open my own business? Should I take that job? Should I go back to school? Am I holding myself back? What excuses am I making? Anything else that so many other questions that we all have that we ask ourselves daily. Clarity allows you to do that. Clarity really, it forces you to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself those questions. And when you have those questions, and sometimes those very tough questions, because back to the video about love, tough love, once you ask you those questions, then you follow up with the answers, which provide the steps that you need to take to bring what dreams you have into fruition. It helps those questions that we know that we have make everything come together, and that's that light. That solution is that light. And then what happens is you then make these statements, those bold statements. And those bold statements, once you have those questions, those tough love questions that you have, then you follow up with those bold statements where you say, I do love myself. I am special. I am lovely. I will pursue my dreams. I will strive to be more healthy. I will be more positive. I will give to others. I will forgive others. I will be happy. I will stand for what is right. I will make the world a better place. So those bold statements come out more once you have that clarity and you're looking at yourself in the mirror constantly and having that reflection as to what you want out of life and what you want from yourself. That's what clarity does. It's simple. It's very simple. Clarity is just simple. It's just like, this is what it is. This is what it is. It is upfront. It is in your face, but it makes things clear. It's like the parting of the Red Sea. That's what clarity is, and it's a great thing. It's a great aspect. It is a great skill. It is a great word. It is a great word that needs and must be put into action because it allows you to see things in a better way, in a better place, and make you grow and be better. We get older, our age, as far as when we get older, you're supposed to get wiser, you're supposed to get better. That's what clarity does. Clarity allows you to reflect back on how things were last year and how you hope things will be in the future and how far you've come and what strides you made. That's what clarity does for you. It's so important to have clarity. And it's just like, it just really, really hits you with that boom, like, boom, this is what it is. And you're like, okay, well, what am I going to do? And those are those tough questions you ask yourself, that tough love. What am I going to do? How am I going to get out of this situation? How can I make things better? And just be solution oriented, positive, no negativity, because clarity is going to take care of all of that. Even the questions you're asking yourself are not as, don't feel good at the moment. On the other end, the solution, that light, is better for you. That's why it's so necessary to have clarity, because clarity just sets you up for that and lets you know this is what it is. This is what you got to do. It might not feel great right now, but this is what's necessary. This is what's going to help you grow. This is what's going to make you better. That's what clarity does. And, just my takeaway for clarity is just at the end of all of it, at the end of that rainbow, the pot of gold, it's just happiness. It really is. It's definitely just happiness, and just giving happiness to other people and helping people just feel good about themselves, and just, so much going on in the world. Just make people feel lighter and brighter. It really is. That's what clarity is. It's just the truth decider, and reminders, reflection that life is precious. We are precious, words are precious, everything, all that's precious, but it allows you to look at things for what they really are. And I implore all of you to always have clarity with yourselves. Have that truth within you. Don't hide from lies. Don't tell lies. Don't do any of those things. Don't give into that negative side, and don't entertain it. Just be positive. Be strong. Be courageous. Be the person that you are. They're all things that we need to work on to improve, to make ourselves better, and just do it. Look yourself in the mirror and just be honest with yourself. Have that clarity. And that's okay, because you need to have that. You need to have that to grow. That's what we're supposed to do. We are not supposed to be in the same situation we are presently if there isn't growth, if there's not positivity. You're supposed to constantly be growing and evolving. And that's what clarity does for you. So I just hope that you all are doing your best and giving your best and being love and filling your life up with clarity and doing what's right. And also another thing about clarity, I just want to say, is that clarity doesn't mean that you have to come up to people and tell them everything, tell them what you're thinking of, what I mean? That's not what clarity is. Well, it's the truth. No, that's not clarity. That is just being, you're just being whack. Okay, you don't have to do that. No one's saying you need to go up to someone, well, you said the truth. No. Clarity is being honest with yourself. And clarity is making things better. And you have to be careful of the fact of telling people like it is. And I just checked and things like that. Be careful of how you're making people feel. Always know your audience. Always know that to hurt someone's feelings when it's not warranted is not okay. If that person is really going through something really, treacherous, something really like unpleasant, that's different. And you have to help them, and they're not seeing the clarity, that's different. But even with that, you have to be very careful. But there's no need for you to just come up to people and just tell it like it is, or just, you know what I mean? That's not clarity. That's just being mean, and you're just being whack, and that's not cool, because if someone flips it on you, you're not gonna like it. So remember that. Now, when people are like, well, I'm a sharp shooter, and I just tell it like it is and everything. I'm like, yeah, but you don't want the tables turned on you, so don't do it to other people. Meet people where they are at, and feel how people are feeling. Be good to others. So that's what clarity. That's the truth of clarity. And just be your best, do your best, and just be love. All right, y'all. So I'm so grateful that you are listening. We are back at it, and this podcast, all of this platform is just such a great experience, and I just wish that you were all just working to make your dreams come true. I just hope the best for all of you, and in closing, like I always say, is just really, really be good to each other. Time is so precious. All we have is now, so please make it count, all right? Thanks for listening. Catch you next time. Bye.